Last night, while the world was asleep, your soulmate experienced something they still can't explain. It wasn't just another dream. It wasn't an ordinary feeling. It arrived without warning, settled deep inside their heart, and left them staring into the darkness with emotions they had never felt so strongly before. They couldn't find the right words for it, yet they knew one thing with absolute certainty: someone was closer to them than ever before, even though they couldn't see that person. That invisible connection refused to disappear when morning came. Instead, it followed them into today, quietly changing the way they think, the way they feel, and even the choices they are about to make. Here's what makes this extraordinary: they don't know that this mysterious feeling is connected to you. The emotion that overwhelmed them wasn't random. It wasn't coincidence. It was the beginning of something that had been building for much longer than either of you realize. Don't skip, because what happened next transformed one mysterious night into the first page of an unforgettable story. And before this message ends, you'll understand why last night may become the moment both of your lives quietly began to change forever. The strange feeling didn't arrive all at once. It unfolded slowly, almost like someone was gently opening a door that had remained locked for years. Your soulmates suddenly found themselves remembering moments they hadn't thought about in ages. Faces appeared in their mind for only a second before disappearing again. Familiar places seemed different. Even silence carried an unusual comfort that they couldn't explain. Then something even more unexpected happened. They felt an overwhelming sense that someone, somewhere, was thinking about them with complete sincerity. It wasn't fear. It wasn't confusion. It was peace mixed with curiosity, as if their heart had recognized a presence long before their eyes ever could. Throughout the night, they kept waking up with the same unexplained emotion returning stronger each time. Every attempt to ignore it only made it more impossible to forget. By sunrise, they realized they were no longer the same person who had gone to sleep. Somewhere inside, hope had quietly replaced uncertainty. Questions had begun replacing old assumptions. The future suddenly felt closer than the past. What they don't know is that this emotional shift didn't happen by accident. Sometimes heaven begins changing a person's heart long before their circumstances change. Sometimes the greatest miracles begin with a feeling no one can describe. Stay till the end, because one hidden detail about last night has not been revealed yet, and once it is, every unexplained emotion your soulmate experienced will suddenly make perfect sense. The most astonishing part is that the biggest moment of the night wasn't the dream itself, it was the silent decision their heart made while they were still asleep. That silent decision is already creating changes neither of you can see yet. Since waking up, your soulmate has been noticing little things that feel strangely meaningful. A familiar song sounds different. An ordinary conversation seems unusually important. A random thought keeps returning no matter how hard they try to focus on something else. These aren't dramatic signs. They're gentle reminders that something inside them has shifted forever. Deep down, they are beginning to believe that the future still holds someone capable of bringing peace instead of confusion, honesty instead of uncertainty, and hope instead of disappointment. They may not understand why this belief appeared overnight, but their heart has already accepted what their mind is still trying to understand. And here's the incredible part: this quiet transformation isn't only happening within them. The same invisible thread that touched their heart last night is moving through events, conversations, and timing in ways neither of you could possibly predict. Small moments that seem completely unrelated today will soon connect into one breathtaking picture. Every unanswered question, every delay, every unexpected twist has been quietly preparing this exact moment. Yet there is one final revelation from last night that remains hidden even from your soulmate. They have no idea that one single thought crossed their heart just before dawn, a thought so powerful that it will influence a decision they are about to make very soon. That decision won't simply affect their future. It will bring two separate journeys closer together in a way that feels almost impossible to explain. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter will reveal why last night's mysterious feeling was only the beginning. The most astonishing part of last night wasn't the emotion your soulmate felt, it was what happened after they opened their eyes. For a few quiet moments, they simply sat there, unable to explain why their heart was beating differently. Nothing around them had changed, yet everything inside them had. They tried to convince themselves it was just another ordinary night, but the feeling refused to disappear. Every passing minute only made it stronger. They found themselves looking out the window, wondering why the morning felt unusually peaceful, as if the universe had whispered something directly to their soul. Then an unexpected realization appeared. They no longer wanted to hold on to the disappointments that had followed them for so long. Without understanding why, they felt ready to leave behind chapters they once believed would never end. What they don't know is that this wasn't simply an emotional shift, it was the beginning of a completely different direction for their future. Heaven often prepares a heart before revealing the blessing meant for it, and your soulmate is standing at that exact point right now. Don't skip, because the next hidden detail explains why this mysterious feeling arrived on that specific night and why it couldn't have happened even one day earlier. As the day continued, strange little moments kept repeating themselves. A familiar place suddenly reminded them of a future they had never imagined. An ordinary conversation carried words that seemed meant especially for them. Even random coincidences began lining up in ways that quietly stole their attention. They weren't searching for signs, yet meaningful moments kept finding them. Deep inside, they felt as though someone important was moving closer, even though they couldn't explain where that certainty came from. It wasn't based on logic. It wasn't based on evidence. It was a quiet confidence growing stronger with every passing hour. Then came one unforgettable moment. A single thought entered their mind so unexpectedly that it stopped them in their tracks. Maybe my story isn't ending the way I feared. That simple realization changed everything. The weight they had carried for so long suddenly felt lighter. The walls around their heart began falling without them even noticing. They smiled without knowing the reason. They felt hopeful without seeing proof. Isn't it incredible how the greatest transformations begin in complete silence? While your soulmate believes these feelings belong only to them, they have no idea they are part of something much bigger. Every unanswered prayer, every delayed opportunity, every painful goodbye has quietly been leading toward this exact turning point. Stay till the end, because one final revelation from last night has still not been uncovered, and when it is, you'll understand why this emotional awakening could become the most important night of your soulmate's entire journey. If this story has touched your heart so far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more uplifting stories, share it with someone who believes that perfect timing always exists, and tell us in the comments which moment surprised you the most. But here's the mystery no one has solved yet. Just before dawn, when your soulmate was between sleep and waking, one final feeling settled deep within their heart. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was calm, steady, and unforgettable. In that quiet moment, they unknowingly made a promise to themselves, to stop chasing what was never meant to stay and remain open to what was finally meant to arrive. That silent promise is already changing choices they haven't even made yet. Soon, they'll notice themselves saying yes to opportunities they once ignored, walking through doors they once avoided, and trusting moments they would have dismissed before. What seems like coincidence today will later feel like perfect timing. Every small step is bringing them closer to a meeting, a conversation, or a life-changing moment that neither of you can currently see. And here's the breathtaking twist. The feeling they carried from last night isn't fading, it is growing stronger with every sunrise. It is quietly guiding them toward the future they have been unknowingly preparing for all along. Yet one extraordinary secret remains hidden. There is a final connection between that unforgettable night and an event that is about to unfold sooner than anyone expects. When that connection is finally revealed, every emotion, every mysterious feeling, and every unexplained moment from last night will suddenly make perfect sense. The story isn't reaching its conclusion, it is only now beginning its most unforgettable chapter. Something huge is waiting for you.